You're simply the best. Better than all the rest.
Hello, it's JPA here. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining us again. First thing I wanted to talk about on the channel was Rangers Europa League opponents. We now know that it's going to be St Joseph's of Gibraltar. They beat Pristina 2-0 tonight, which gives them a 3-1 aggregate win. The reason they're playing tonight, it also kind of ties in with the next thing I want to talk about. They're playing tonight because there's another team in Europe, in the Europa League, aptly named Europa, who also play in Gibraltar. The problem is they've only got one stadium on the island where all the teams play there, so they obviously can't play on the same night, which really affects Rangers now, because if this Europa get past St Julia of Andorra on Thursday night, which they probably will, they've got a 3-2 lead from the first leg, and also that's on away goals as well, so they're ahead on away goals. So the likelihood is that Rangers are going to be faced with this dilemma, because Europa are probably going to win this tie, and it'll force Rangers to now play it on the Tuesday night. That obviously affects Rangers fans who are travelling to the game. I don't know what people's travel plans were. I'm actually working. I'll get into that in a minute. But if people are, say for instance, maybe going to travel on the Wednesday night to get there for the Thursday night game, they're now going to have to change all that plans. They're going to have to change their flight times. They're going to have to change their accommodation and all that kind of thing, which is really frustrating. There's not really a lot that UEFA could do other than maybe just change the venue or something like that, but I don't think they're going to do that. So the likelihood is it's going to change to the Tuesday night. That affects me as well. I had the Thursday night off thinking that the games are going to be on that night. I'm actually working Tuesday night. We'll see if I can change that, and hopefully I can, but hopefully you guys at home watching can see the game as well. So I just want to kind of bring you that news. We're playing St Joseph's. There's a very high likelihood it'll be on a Tuesday night and not Thursday, which will be Tuesday the 9th, and it'll be a 6 o'clock kick-off. So try and make arrangements for then as well. The other thing I wanted to talk about was a couple of rumours that have emerged in the last couple of days. Now the first one is semi-ridiculous, the second one is just absolutely ridiculous in my opinion. First one is obviously Gerrard to Newcastle. This isn't going to happen in my opinion. Obviously Rafa Benitez has walked out of Newcastle, or left them, kind of mutual consent, one of the ones. He's not happy with the board's backing, so which tells its own story. Obviously Mike Ashley's there as well. He's a bit of an arse, as we know from the whole Sports Direct thing that we've been involved in. So we know he's not a good chairman or whatever. He's not good to be involved with. Gerrard's not going to get involved with that, in my opinion. Is it a good opportunity? Of course it is, but I believe that Gerrard's got unfinished business here. He's got a real good challenge to go and win the league with Rangers this season, which I think he's got a real good chance of doing. He'll be financially backed at Newcastle, but how much will he be backed? Rafa Benitez has obviously walked away because he's not getting the backing that he feels he needs to do his job properly, so it's probably going to be the same for Gerrard, unless this, I'll see rumours of people coming over from Abu Dhabi and whatever, taking over the club. Even then it's in doubt, and you don't know how much financial backing you're going to get. I believe Gerrard wants to stay here. I think there's only really one job, possibly two. Maybe walk away for the England job, and he'd walk away definitely for the Liverpool job, and you probably just put your hands up and say, alright, fair enough Gerrard, you've made it perfectly clear that you're a big Liverpool fan, and there'll be no hurt feelings. You'll not be hanging out the window asking for a bag of cans and wanting Gerrard back, put it that way. So in terms of that, I don't think it's anything to worry about. Same with the Derby one, it kind of quickly lost any tread it had in the media. The media are just trying to kind of spin things and give us a little bit of unrest, which isn't going to happen. We all know Gerrard's here for 55, so let's go. The next rumour I want to talk about is Daniel Sturridge to Rangers. It's been going about on social media today, and apparently bookies have slashed the odds on him coming. Honestly, can't see this one at all. Now, when he's fit, he's probably one of England's better centre forwards, and include Harry Kane in that as well. I think Sturridge is a really, really world-class player. Can I see him become Rangers? No. He'd want to come and work with Gerrard, that's obviously true, but financially I don't think it's even a starter for me. I don't think it's going to go ahead whatsoever. In saying that, I didn't think in a million years we'd see Jermaine Defoe at the club. I didn't even think it was likely that Davis would come back financially in terms of his wage and stuff like that, but those two things have happened. But Gerrard for me is, I don't think he's got the power to bring Sturridge here. I just can't see it happening. Tell you what you guys think down below. I even think if it did happen, I'm not 100% sure where I'd want him. As I say, when he's fit, he's one of the best players in the England team, but he's never fit. Look at Dorrans when he came. Look at Rossiter. There was kind of little niggling injuries before they came, and they've just never shook them off in their time at the club, which is sad. And to be honest, I didn't want that happening with Sturridge as well. Last thing I wanted to talk about was actually my Marseille dilemma that I've got now. When the fixtures came out for the friendlies, I asked my mate Leon, who incidentally runs a Rangers page on Facebook, so if you want to check that out, his name's Leon Barker. You think it's just a normal guy at first, but he's obviously, it is an actual Rangers page. It's just Facebook regulations when I let him change it to Rangers, whatever. So I'd suggest you check that out, Leon Barker on Facebook. Really, really good page there. Get a lot of good information on it. Anyway, enough of the wee shameless plug there from my mate's Facebook page. He's the guy I go to a lot of the games with, and I did ask him to try and get tickets for at least one of the 4 friendlies. In my wildest dreams, I didn't think it would be the Marseille one. I thought that'd be one of the games that would be harder to get tickets for. I expected it maybe Oxford United or the Blackburn one, if I'm real honest. So we managed to get tickets, but the unfortunate thing for me is I forgot about holidays and stuff, and I'm part of a 3-man management team at my work, and 2 of them are actually on holiday on the 14th, which is really, really frustrating. It means that it's touch and go whether I can make this match. I'm going to have to try and really work something out. I just wanted to kind of tell you guys that I will hopefully make the match, and hopefully you guys can make some of these friendlies as well. It's getting closer and closer to the real action, and obviously on either the 9th or the 11th, as we know now, we'll be playing some competitive football as well, so I'm really looking forward to that. So that's pretty much the video done. Obviously the first part of the video was all about Rangers and all about what's happening at a club, and the last wee bit was just basically about myself trying to connect with you guys, because I feel I'm making a connection with you guys on the in the comments section and stuff like that. I try to respond to as much comments as I can. Sometimes I'll just like it and then I'll go back to it later on and comment. So apologise for that. It's just sometimes I'm just really busy at work and whatnot, but I do try and respond to every single comment that I get, so I really appreciate everybody that's done that. Thanks to the new subscribers that have come on board. This is almost at 130 now. I know that's small fish in a big massive pond really, when you compare me to like CJ Novo, GB1872, Sharp Dev, that kind of thing. I'm not as big that way, but obviously with your guys' help I want to try and grow the channel as much as I can. Now I appreciate the quality isn't the greatest sometimes, my camera isn't that great, I'm just using the one on my phone right now. I want to get a better camera, I want to get a better mic, and I want to get a better setup altogether. But I feel I've come a long way. If you go back to my very first video, which I done on, I think it was like February 2018, I think it was a review on the Hamilton game I think we won. I went back in tonight and watched that just to see the kind of difference. I think my confidence has went up since I did that video. If you look back on it, even the equipment I was using at the time, I had to do it in one take, which was ridiculous. That's why it's really short. This time I can kind of make mistakes and cut it out and edit it, just like I did there. That was an obvious joke there, but it just shows that it's a lot easier to kind of do that now than it was back then when I started doing the videos. Thanks for your support if you've been here from the start, and thanks for your continued support if you've just arrived, so thank you.